Good morning to everyone, and I just want to welcome you. My name is Max House, and from this point on, I'm going to be talking to a young man named Joshua, a young man I met out in the golf course just the other day that expressed an interest in this business opportunity and these products we're working with. And so I just want you to sit back and relax and hear what I say to Joshua, see if this has any appeal to you, because we're in like a 3-video process of introducing this whole thing to you, and I hope you'll stay tuned through all 3 and then from there make a quality decision. So with that said, I want to say, Josh, I'm excited to get this opportunity to talk to you. Met you out in the golf course the other day. We've golfed together a few times before, but in the process of that, I told you about a business opportunity and that I was looking for a few sharp people to go to work with, and you expressed an interest. So that's what I'm doing today, Josh, is I'm just taking this opportunity to introduce this to you. Really what I'm doing, Josh, is I'm going to take you through a screening / interviewing process. And this is to the benefit of both of us, honestly. In fact, the truth be known, Josh, I pre-screened you in that as we golfed and as we talked, the things I picked up on is you're very sharp, you are entrepreneurial at heart, you are very hardworking, you have a great rapport with people. That's something I've noticed ever since I've known you over the last few times we've golfed. So I did pre-screen you, Josh, because honestly, I can only take on 5 people in this endeavor that we're undertaking, and as this presentation goes on in the next couple of videos, all of this will make more sense, but please understand I am only looking for 5 people at this point in time because that's really all I can handle. We've got a whole organization we're dealing with. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So as I said, this is a screening / interview process, and why is that? Well, honestly, I want to help you to make sure that this is a good fit for you, that this is a good fit for this season of your life. Honestly, what we're looking for are people that come into this to commit really only 8 to 10 hours a week. And in so doing, you can make some pretty significant income off of that. But it's got to be focused, it's got to be committed, you've got to be teachable and all that. So I want to make sure that it's a good fit for you. It may or may not be, and I want to make sure it's a good fit for you right now. So that being said, and then for me, on my side of it, as I said, I can only take on 5 new people right now because there's a lot of training and work and co-laboring together. Just think of this, if you would, as if I had 5 franchises. So I'm looking for people that are in a position to run a franchise, because that's in essence what this will end up being. As I said, on the next video training this will make more sense, and then as we wrap up on the 3rd video it'll make even more sense. So just stay tuned for that, Josh. But the one thing I want you to do is just to relax. And just to understand, Josh, I am not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to in any way manipulate you to do anything. I really, above all else, I want you to go through this series of 3 trainings and make a quality decision. The truth of the matter is, Josh, at least from my vantage point, that right now, no thank you from you is every bit as good as yes. There again I say, I have people lined up that are wanting to look at this opportunity, and for some, it'll be the right season, the right vehicle, the right approach. And so, Josh, I enjoy my friendship with you, and I enjoy the golf that we get to do periodically. And so please understand, if this is not right for you, please, please, please feel free to say, Max, it's not right. At least it's not right for right now. And that will work just dandy for both of us, honestly. Let me tell you a quick story, Josh. Just kind of give you a background of why I'm so convicted about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. A little over 9 years ago now, I started hearing a series of radio ads on a Christian radio station up in Montana, where I lived at the time. And really what I was looking for at that time was another stream of income. I'd been an upholsterer for 28 years at that point in my life. I was burned out. I'd watched my dad upholster till he was 75, you know, part-time anyway, and that scared me, thinking that I might have to do that. Also, I hadn't positioned our family for going into retirement. Now, we were comfortable, we made a good living, but we didn't have retirement in place at all. And so that's really why I even looked at this and responded to that radio ad. But that radio ad, honestly, has changed my life and really hundreds, if not thousands of people since that time. My wife and I both got on the products, not expecting anything at all, but just within the first few days, my chronic acid reflux that I've been dealing with for years was gone. By the end of those 30 days, instead of getting our money back, my energy level was incredible. I was sleeping better than I'd slept in years, and consequently, we've added a good consistent 3 hours of usable time to each and every day. Fast forward into April of 2004, been on the products about 5 months by that time, and allergy season came into Montana. It's been a lifetime battle for me. My allergies backed away that year significantly with no shots or drugs, just these products. And also at the same time, I was able to take my inhaler and put it in a drawer by my bed and have not needed an inhaler now in 8 years and 9 months. Absolutely astounding to me. Cholesterol has dropped, triglycerides have dropped, my blood pressure, all in the normal range. Josh, I turned 62 back in April, and I can honestly say I feel far better at 62 than I did even when I was 42. I mean, it's just made that much difference in my life. My wife also had incredible help with some menopausal issues and with some thyroid issues. So it was very significant for both of us. But just after a couple months of being on these products, we realized, oh my gosh, these are products like we've never seen. And that's when we made a decision to jump into the business side of Reliv. That was February 1st of 2004. I went to work. There's an incredible support team and support structure in place that we grabbed a hold of and went to work. That first year, just working very part-time. We made an additional $25,000 worth of income. The second year, at the beginning of that year, January of 2005, I was able to retire from 29 years of doing upholstery. That's a big hallelujah, trust me. But then that gave us more time to work at Reliv, and the second year our income went up to $56,000. The third year it went to $92,000. And now overall, over the last 5, going on 6 years, we've made consistently, on average, over $100,000 a year. In this endeavor, in these last 9 years, we've made right at, if not even a little bit over, $700,000. So that's the significance of what I'm talking about, Josh. And this is why I feel good about when I offer this to a young man like you, because this could truly set you up for a stream of income that could serve you the rest of your life. Okay, so that's my story. One thing I found through this whole thing is that my wife and I ended up with incredible impact because we had the income, we had the time freedom, and now we had time, health, and financial freedom. 4 years, almost 5 years ago now, we were able to move down to the southeast to get out of those cold Montana winters. There again, it was one of our dreams and visions in building this business, was to create a stream of income that would be there regardless of where we were at, or even if we were working at it, because we worked at it very focused for about 4 years. We've also, in that period of time, created a team. And that team is leaders around the country that we work very closely with. I was just running the numbers just the other day. Now this is a rough guesstimate, but I think it's fairly accurate, if not understated. But that team over these last, let's say, 8 years has altogether made somewhere between $3 to $3.5 million in this business opportunity. So as I said, this isn't just a side pocket change thing. This is something that really can make a significant, this can, if you choose for it to be that way, Josh, and if you're teachable and if you have a heart to help other people, literally we could turn this into a full-time stream of income. But the thing I want you to ponder through this whole process over these next 2 to 3 videos is, ask yourself, Who do I know? Pay close attention, Josh, because this is significant. Now, as I said, this may not be for you right now today, but as you're hearing these presentations, as I begin on the next video to lay out how this compensation plan works and the approach that we're undertaking, I want you just to ask yourself, who do I know that needs to hear about this? Now, they might be somebody ultimately, if you come in with us and we go to work, that you will end up working with alongside for a long time to come and create time and financial freedom together. But if this is not your time, Josh, then the only thing I ask is that you take the time to figure out, is there somebody that you know that's an entrepreneur, that's a go-getter, that's a self-starter, that's teachable, that has integrity, that might indeed want to see this approach that we're undertaking, because it can be that. So, Josh, I'm just saying, to pray about this, really pray about this. Find out, is God in this thing? Is God in this thing for you, for right now? Because one of the things I've heard is that the number one drive inside of people, beyond, breathing and food and all the things of life, is there's an emotional need that people have, and that's people want to know at the end of their lives that they have made an impact. And I can honestly say, Joshua, that I have found very few things in life that have allowed me to have the impact in my wife and my family like we found in this business opportunity. So there again, even if you choose not to do this, if you recommend somebody, you could impact their lives and literally hundreds, if not thousands of people, just because you chose to say, you need to talk to my friend Jim or my cousin Joe or whatever it might be. So, Josh, this is basically the introduction. As I said, I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I will say this. Don't miss out on the opportunity to, at least for the 30-day money-back guarantee time frame, to try these products. We have some just absolutely stellar products, and you have 30 days to determine that. And honestly, you might change your mind about all this as you begin to get your results and begin to realize what these products can do for you and your extended family and the people that you care about. Because over that period of time, I will be introducing you to some stories and some people. And you'll hear that this isn't just our story. This is the story of thousands and thousands of people around the United States and around the world, really. So, Josh, with that, I'm just going to say, stay tuned for the next training. I'm going to introduce you to the compensation plan, to the way we're going to go in, and very simply, without much financial investment, but with some real focused, determined effort, that we can literally create a stream of income for you over the next 6 months to a year that could replace any other form of income that you now have. And so stay tuned for that. I appreciate you taking the time to tune into all this, Josh. And let's complete this interview process. And at the end of it, let's pray. Let's make a quality decision. All right, Josh. Talk to you tomorrow.